Today we're going to talk about the mental side of practicing trumpet again. The first thing we need to talk about is why return to trumpet in the first place. It's been decades. Your trumpet case collected so much dust, you forgot that it was in the closet or in the attic or under the bed or wherever you kept the horn. So why didn't you just leave it there forever? Why didn't you just sell your trumpet for money? It's because you were made to play trumpet. You were made to play trumpet. You were made to play trumpet. Today, I'm going to help you with a few mindset challenges that most trumpet players have, especially after returning from such a long break, like 1 to 4 decades. The first mind monster we must address is the voice that says, "This is way harder than I remember it being. Now, what do I do?" Well, I want to let you know, don't compare yourself to your past self. Today is a new day of playing trumpet for you. Now, there are some advantages of having played before. For example, from a mental standpoint, you may remember most of your fingerings for the major scale, for example, or you may remember a song or two. But from a physical standpoint, you're starting over from day one. Your armature is out of shape, your fingers are slow, your breathing is uncoordinated. The good news is that with practice, all of these things can be improved upon. There are a few things to remember about playing trumpet again. First is that your body is different than it was when you played all those decades ago. Your body's changing every day. You might be heavier or lighter than you were a few decades ago. Maybe you had braces or some other dental work. Things are not exactly the same. On that note, when we were younger, we were able to get away with some bad habits that our body is less forgiving with today. And honestly, things are going to be better this time around for you because you're going to learn how to play trumpet the right way. So instead of getting in a battle with the trumpet, simply pace yourself, play a little, rest a little. This model of practice will help you build endurance faster as well. I want to encourage you to take your time to get a single concept right before moving on to a whole new concept. When you practice this way, it may feel like things are taking a while, and in some ways they are, but it's actually a huge time saver to build concept upon concept over working out several concepts at once. Why? Because everything is connected. And when you take the time to build foundational disciplines, you set yourself up to play complicated things in a simple way down the line. For example, if you take time to get a great sound on the trumpet, what have you actually worked out? You've worked out how to take a proper breath for trumpet playing. You've worked out how to play with the continuous flow of wind. You've trained your body on how it feels to create a stress-free sound, a proper armature, lip vibration, the right amount of pressure on the face, tension in the shoulders, chest, and neck, or lack thereof. You've trained your ear on what a clear sound is compared to a sound full of tension. Well, guess what? These are the exact skills and concepts that need to be in place when you're ready to address more complex tasks like extending your range, mastering flexibility, and achieving ultimate endurance. So, all that to say, don't compare yourself to your past. You're a new person now today. And dare I say, an improved person. You're new and improved, and that's going to make you a better trumpet player. If you're playing again with people, you may have heard a voice that says, "My section mate is so good, I'm kind of embarrassed to be here now, or some variation of that. We need to address that. Since you started playing trumpet again, maybe you're at the place where you are playing in a community band. For some, the community band is also a university or a college band. That's really cool, since playing in a small group is going to accelerate your progress. But I also know that certain mind monsters creep in. You may be in awe of the younger players in the section. Sometimes there's even a local pro player or a band director that comes to rehearsal with you, and you wish you could do some of the things that they can do on the trumpet. I want you to know that if you're practicing regularly and coming to rehearsals regularly, and you're putting forth your best efforts, then you have absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. Going to rehearsals serve a few purposes. It's an opportunity to serve your bandmates, learn from other people, to measure yourself. How did the things you practice affect your performance in rehearsal? And of course, it's a time to have fun. Now let's lock in on the second purpose that I just mentioned, which is learning from your bandmates. When you see someone doing something that you admire, take notice of their approach so that you may imitate them. And of course, ask for pointers. Now, unfortunately, everyone is not generous with sharing what they've learned. Sometimes people simply don't know how to explain what they're doing, but it's still worth asking because there are some generous people out there willing to share. And sometimes you do find people that actually know how to explain their approach to trumpet playing. These conversations can significantly shorten your learning curve. So when you find yourself in a section with great players, remember, be a servant first and ask questions. There's another voice we need to address, and it asks the question, why is it taking so long to get better? I sound the same every day. If you have children in your life, then you can appreciate this analogy I'm about to share. And I'll help prove this point by asking you a question. When did your child get as tall as they are now? The answer is that it happened gradually over time. They didn't come out of the womb at 5'5" or 6 foot or whatever height they are today. Neither did they get that tall overnight, even though it may feel that way. The growth happened little by little, day by day, right under your nose, and you didn't realize it. You look back at photos to remember times when they were younger or shorter. Your progress on trumpet is the same way. Don't get distracted by this microwave society mentality that we live in today. You just keep showing up each day to practice your horn. One day you'll look up and you'll be noticeably better. With that said, there are small things that you can do each day. And if you have a trumpet routine, a fundamental practice that you can measure, then you're in a good place for growth. With that said, look out for next week's video where we'll talk about practicing trumpet to rebuild your sound. This is going to help you as a comeback trumpet player. To be honest, the video is going to help any trumpet player with their sound. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss that video. Until then, click or tap on the video that just popped up on the screen, and I'll see you there to continue to help you with your trumpet playing.